10 years of refining your craft. You wipe the sweat from your brow as you take a step back to take in the glory of your masterpiece. It's beautiful. Then someone shoves it into a computer and feeds it to an AI database, and now your amazing masterpiece can be reproduced in 2 seconds. Now here you are, standing on top of a tower that you fought to build brick by brick, only for it to be mediocre now. Most would feel spite, injustice, annoyance, but is it really injustice? Is AI art as bad as us artists say it is? I'm Sawal Black Sheep, having any soul? No sir, no sir. But today, we are going to delve into the bowels of a strange subreddit called r/AiWars. Most of you have been spared from the chronically online ramblings and bickering of this strange little subreddit. What r/AiWars is a subreddit where people that are on both ends of the AI argument, that being pro-AI art people and anti-AI art people, they come together and hate each other. That's kind of it. Friendship is magic? No. Hatred is tragic, because by the gods, I've never seen a group of Redditors this miserable. But that's saying a lot, since Redditors are deeply unhappy people. Now, for the average anti-AI art person, they tend to be artists. And for the average pro-AI art person, they tend to lack much artistic skill or discipline, for that matter, honestly. That is a sweeping statement, as when you go into the subreddit, you'll see artists who like AI art, kind of like internalized racism or sexism, or maybe they're just lazy. Let's take a look at the insane arguments that come out of this shithole. But before we get on in, please consider committing arson on the like and subscribe button, check out the Etsy shop for cool shirt designs, or joining our 17+ Discord server to meet a bunch of cool artists and get your art in the next video. But without further ado, we begin. I mostly make videos in the art community niche, as I'm an artist and that's what I grew up with. So I'm assuming most of you are staunch anti-AI art, as I'm quite anti myself. And a lot of posts in the community make it hard for me to do anything but call pros morons and skedaddle. But hey, if we want to be heard out, we honestly need to get off our high horse and take a look at the other side of the disagreement. But sometimes it feels fruitless. Human-made art, AI art, learning new technology, critique on AI art. I find it incredibly funny that this reeks of ego, despite the main critique of anti-AI art here being that their take is egotistical. Them acting like putting in a prompt is some profound process. I'm learning new technology. Like, don't joke your ween that hard, poverty, Elon Musk. I find that a lot of people on this subreddit overvalue the process of making AI-generated images. Blue hair, tall, large breasts, thin waist, sharp eyes, goth clothing, sitting on a bench at the 9/11 memorial. Like, dude, it's a glorified P-Hub search, which I'm sure most of these people are quite familiar with. Now, art is an extension of an artist, so yes, it is often strongly connected to the artist's ego. This isn't always a good thing oftentimes, but I think these people forget how enraging and mindless their takes often are. As someone who has sat down for 8 hours straight working on an art piece, not getting up, just fully committing to the art, the effort and troubleshooting of trying new art techniques and ideas to produce a product being boiled down to this, shows how mindless people who post this shite are, where they really think the dedication that goes into art is about the product. Most artists that don't drop the hobby within like a year would tell you the process of drawing is always the most rewarding aspect, not the product itself. This drawing I spent so long on. I was so sad when it was finally done, as forming every little aspect of it was so much fun. This is a very interesting take, as it's from an artist that primarily uses AI. Honestly, I'm gonna be for real here, I feel like it's a bit pathetic Like, you only pick up a pencil when what? You no longer have the ability to type in some stupid prompt to get a generic AI piece. Like, you lack the dedication and discipline to just get good when clearly you have the ability to draw. Like, why is bro just showing off how astronomically lazy he is? Hey guys, look at me. I can do it myself, but I let an AI steal another person's work for me because I need to play my Marvel Rivals for 10 hours a day. These next two I want to show you together. Even though they aren't related, they really just put each other into context. Hey, saw the discussion with the other guy, and you are such a bad excuse for a human. Dude, what is your purpose in life? He destroyed you left and right, and you cry about DMs? Go to therapy. 11K karma, though, checks out. The fuck is bro talking about? I've never seen a toxic AI bro on the internet. Only toxic anti-AI bros on the internet. Is the toxic AI bro in the room with us? This guy is seeing an AI argument secondhand and deciding to DM this person and insult them. How even remotely is that reasonable? Do these people ever question, this is an internet stranger and they aren't gonna know this person? So why would they ever just make a sweeping statement that, like, you're a terrible person? Like, on what basis, buddy? A Reddit quarrel? Like, it's just so illogical. It just puts into perspective the other meme. Like, honestly, both ends can be very dehumanizing and awful. As much as I'm anti-AI, calling someone a horrible person and summing them up as a whole just seems self-aggrandizing. Though I disagree with it and find that people who are heavily pro-AI are arrogant, that is still a living, breathing person who could be an amazing brother, good friend, helpful stranger. They aren't defined by their one shit take. I'm an artist, and I produce both AI images and organic art. Before being dogged on for AI, it was digital art. If you're going to be mad at everything that makes life a little easier, you won't go very far. Why can't everyone just understand that art is a form of creativity and expression? AI only helps people create something they can only imagine. Not everyone has the time to study art or practice. Hell, in this economy, you basically need 2 jobs. And if your argument is that it's not real art because it's generated with AI, stop using ChatGPT, Twitter, Ezon, Sims. Yeah, cause guess what? Sims are basically little generated characters. Their personalities are generated from lines of code, and that has been programmed to make a character. And is this like person 14? I don't want to dog on this artist too much because their art gives me the impression they are quite young. Art is not just the projection of a thought. It is a skill and a craft to hone. To me, this is like saying any dude with Google is a doctor. You take an artist and you take a pro AIer. This artist has spent 10 years slaving over their work and understands not just the fundamentals of art, but how to craft a balanced character design. How subsurface scatter light will change depending on the part of the body, the texture, the skin color, and if it's on another object entirely. The pro AIer puts a random prompt in with no understanding of character design or fundamentals. The piece they end up creating often just looks like garbage. A doctor spends 10 years in medical school and works another 5 years in active practice. Who will do better writing a paper on disease? The doctor who has built a process of research and vocabulary, or the dude that has the wiki page up? AI is not art. It is as much art as a text message is. Art is interpretation, refining of thought, not the unfiltered projection of it. As for the comment about people not having enough time to do art, go back 300 years, the supplies was hard to get and expensive, and there was very little money to go around in the art field unless you had patronage. Art has always been accessible. You have an hour of free time a day, then art is accessible. Pulling the class card is just moronic. Most people have the time, you are just lazy and lack discipline. It's also pretending like, what's more expensive, a fucking computer or a piece of paper? Which one's more accessible? Please tell me now. If people spent the time they spent scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, or Reddit drawing, they honestly would not need AI, would they? Whoever made this comparison, could we please all pitch in together and get them a nunset? Because how can you compare a damn architect to an AI bro? This meme is saying that AI bros are like architects and artists are like the mad fat dude being a hater. Architects go to school for years and years and learn how to make a very detailed blueprint of how to build a building that will stand earthquakes, how to lay out a house that will stand the test of time, and where every tiny little thing needs to go for everything to fit together to make a building. They are artists. They are closer to us normal artists that hate AI than any AI bro. Going to architect school is one of the hardest things you can do, and they just compare that to putting a prompt in an AI. How does that make an iota of sense? Now, this one I actually say us artists need to be aware of. Most of us are quite passionate about being anti-AI, as this is our livelihood. This is our greatest passion, and most non-artists just will never experience or see art in the way we do. That's why we need to stop turning this into a black and white issue. People who are trying to figure out their views don't need to be told they're an awful person for daring to think about both sides. I realize it can be frustrating to not be understood immediately, but we need to be aware that their questioning isn't a personal insult, and kindness and understanding is always going to be more effective to actually communicate our grievances with AI. Anyway, that's all for today, folks. If you like my art, consider commissioning me. You can reach out to me on Discord, Instagram, and Blue Sky, all in the link tree and description. You got work tomorrow, or school, or embracing your artistic rage, screaming into the void about AI art again. But as always, don't dream about wheat-based byproducts. Moi, je m'appelle Mademoiselle Noire, et qu'on va pour la voix,